Hey guys, Andy here, and welcome back to another video. Originally, this video was supposed to be top 10 of my favorite games, but that took too long, I talked too much, and too complicated. So this video is going to be about my history of taking years to complete games. Okay, I'm going to start off by saying I have excuses to not being able to complete these games for so long, but yeah, let's get into it. The first game that I'm going to mention right now is going to be Halo 2. When I was 4 years old, I had an Xbox, and I don't mean like I had an Xbox One 360 or something like that. I had like the first model of the Xbox, the original Xbox. And on there, I like to play a lot of games. My parents had some that I guess a friend gave to them, and my uncle brought some in because he was a huge video game guy. I didn't know what I was doing when I played the games, so that's kind of weird, but I played them anyways. Halo 2 was part of the games that I had, and I always thought Halo 2 was really cool because, I don't know, the cover, it had like this huge spaceship man, right? And obviously we all know him as Master Chief, but I saw him as Spaceship Man. And yeah, he goes to war with aliens in space. And I thought the game was really cool because there were some really cool weapons like the plasma pistol that, yeah, honestly really surprised me because I was like, wow, I've never seen this kind of stuff before. Because I'm into shooters. Alright, really quickly wanted to get that guy's bed, maybe get killed? No. I was playing it, and I played the campaign for a little bit, but I didn't understand it, so I was just kind of running around, shooting random stuff, following all the people, or like, I guess the NPCs. They're not really NPCs, but basically all like the other people on your squadron when you're playing the campaign. Surprisingly enough, or not surprisingly enough, this happens all the time in really every FPS campaign, they die to all the enemies that you were supposed to be defeating. So I was following no one at some point. At some point, I was literally just depending on myself and hoping, wow, maybe I can find my way, right? And I never found my way. But the reason I didn't beat the game until, I'm gonna be so like honest right now, I didn't beat this game until like Sunday. So I'm gonna say freaking August 8th. I didn't beat the game until August 8th of 2021. It took me 12 years to beat this game because I have an excuse. Okay, I have a valid excuse. My Xbox actually like broke. It didn't like break like it fell and like all the pieces fell out. It broke as in like it just wouldn't run games well anymore, even when the games weren't scratched. And this was when like all the games are still on disc. I know a lot of people just buy digital now, but I used to have them on disc because you couldn't get it digitally. And I kid you not, the game would literally be on the loading screen for like 4 hours. Everybody complains about the loading screens now, but imagine being on a loading screen for literally 4 hours. Everyone jokes, I was on the loading screen for like 4 hours. I was literally on the loading screen for 4 hours. It was like no joke. I'm not exaggerating. Alright, I finally got that guy. And at some point, it loaded, which is, I mean, hip hip hooray, right? You know, it finally loaded. And I was like, okay, finally, I can play Halo again, and I can actually see what I can do, because I want to see if I can actually play this game, because I don't know how to. I'm just running around. I'm like 4 years old at the time, so I don't know any better. But as soon as I get onto the menu, I was like, okay, you can choose missions that you've already played, which, you know, it's in a lot of campaign games like Call of Duty. You can replay the ones that you had already previously completed. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to play this one because this is where I last left off. And I try to play it, but it literally doesn't load. Like, it gets stuck on another loading screen, but instead of being 4 hours, it's like permanent. Really weird. And it never loaded. And when I first got my laptop, by the way, I got a new PC if you guys didn't see the last video. When I first got my laptop, I was like, wow, now I can play games because this is like a gaming laptop per se. And I was like, okay, finally I can do like gaming stuff on it. So I was like, okay, let me go on Steam. And the first game that I bought was Halo 2 with the Master Chief Collection. I didn't buy all of them. I actually might buy them later on because they're actually kind of cheap. But I bought Halo 2 because I was like, hey, I remember this game. I never beat it because my Xbox broke. And then I never touched it again after I bought it. It was literally like, what, the same day that the laptop arrived like at my house because my dad ordered it online. But yeah, I like never touched it. And then a couple days ago, I was like, hey, I remember now. I have Halo 2. I want to beat this game because this game is worth beating. GG. So I finally decided to play it and actually try and go through the missions from where I last left off, and I literally just now beat it like on Sunday. So 2 days ago, I don't know when I'm going to upload this, but as I'm recording this 2 days ago, so I beat it on August 8th of 2021. I I played this game for the first time when I was 4. So it took me literally 12 years to beat. Okay, now the second game that took me forever to beat was Batman Arkham Asylum. And I remember getting my PlayStation 3, I think it was on a Christmas, I believe. But I got it, and I got 2 games. I got Infamous, which was on my list of like top 10 favorite games, but we're not gonna talk about that. Also, if you hear a bunch of like background noise, it's because the landscapers are like landscaping outside. I got Arkham Asylum, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I like Batman. I've heard of Batman. I thought Batman was like the best. I had been playing and playing and playing, and I'm gonna be so honest right now, when I saw the Joker for the first time, I was absolutely terrified. I literally didn't even want to play the game. And the worst part about it, the game literally had sections where you had to like go into like an air vent and like sneak through really small spaces, like in dark small spaces. But it had like moments where you had to go through those tiny spaces, and I always thought like around the corner of the air vent or like the air ducts, I would literally be jump scared by something, because I remember exploring the map and I accidentally got jump scared by Killer Croc on an ambulance. If you played the game before, you know what I'm talking about. But it was absolutely terrifying, and yeah, the game just had like a really dark, gloomy setting. Like it was always raining, it was always nighttime. There was parts of the game where there was actually like asylum patients or like crazy people that would just swing around and like smack you and sneak up on you, and they were like all deformed. Like, I don't know, they would look really scary. And I was really scared to play it. Like after a while, after getting to a certain point in the game, I was literally terrified of touching the game. So I never touched it. It took me like, what, I would say a good 5 years to beat the game. Because when I finally beat it, I was like 11, which is like really embarrassing. I don't know. And the main reason I couldn't beat the game was just because I was freaking terrified of just everything in it. The characters, the enemies, the setting. It was just dark all the time. And like when you would go in detective mode, all you could see was like skeletons, because like detective mode is like an X-ray vision that Batman has on a suit or something like that. I was like genuinely terrified of this game. I was like, no way I'm beating this game. There's no way I'm playing it right now. No way, no way, no way. It took me literally forever to beat it. The same thing with Pokemon. I'm just to be really honest, it was the same thing with Pokemon, because Pokemon, I couldn't figure it out. I was like 4 years old. Again, I literally started gaming at a young age, so I like experienced like the best part of like gaming pretty well, pretty young. I experienced Modern Warfare. I got to play the campaign. I got to play the multiplayer, so I got to experience some pretty fun times. Can't say the same for everyone, because you know everybody has different experiences that they've had playing video games. But yeah, it literally took me forever, and I was trying to like get to a certain point. I kind of had a really good idea of how to play it though. I had a good idea, because I was like, okay, catch these Pokemon, put them to battle, be gym leaders, and beat like the champions, right? I could never beat like these certain gym leaders, so I would restart over and over and over again, and I would get stuck on the same part. And I remember one time I got close enough and I just got stuck on the Elite Four, and I didn't finish it from there. Well, one day I decided, hey, what a great idea, let me just pick up my Game Boy. I decided to pick it up, and I was like, alright, I now have more knowledge of Pokemon because I've been watching the shows. I've been playing all the newer games, and I finally knew how like the attack types work. I knew what was effective against what was not effective against what. Bam, beat the Elite Four. Took me years to beat them. It wasn't even that hard. But like for me, at the age that it was versus the age that I played it at, it was probably not even like, it was like more or less like on the difficulty scale, I guess. It was really hard. I was like exiting saves. I don't know, I had like saves on it because you can save your game, and I would like quit. I would turn off the Game Boy, I would turn it back on so I could go back to the last place that I saved, which I would always save before like an epic battle, or like right before one of the harder battles, I guess. And the way the Elite Four worked on Pokemon was you had to beat all 4 of them, and you couldn't lose a single match. You literally had to beat all 4 of them back to back. You couldn't not do that, because as soon as you lose one of it, you have to restart back at the beginning and fight the first one. I never knew there was a champion after the Elite Four. I didn't know that you had to beat someone else right after. So after literally hours or days and weeks of saving, turning it off, turning it back on, I finally beat the Elite Four. It literally took forever. I have such a big history with not being able to complete games on time. It's embarrassing, really. It shouldn't be that hard to complete a literal children's game. Heck, Call of Duty was easier to beat, but I couldn't complete a game with just little monsters attacking each other with, like, I guess fire and water and stuff. Truly embarrassing to say the least. Alright, now, that's mainly all I really had to talk about, but I'm gonna try my best to finish this game, because this guy's going middle. Don't want that. Never wanted that. Nobody wants that. This guy's gonna poop on me. For sure. Probably fireball me, because he's a fireball user. He also has, like, really insane gear, so I don't want him to get anything too insane. Luckily, I have a fireball, so if he gets near his base, because I know he's at mid right now, so if he gets near his base from mid, I can just throw a fireball at where he's running, and hopefully he'll fall. I guess he's just gonna oh, what? How'd he get here? Well, that's a big L for me, because now I have to deal with this guy. I don't know what I want to do right now, because, yeah, this guy is kind of scary, but I think I'm gonna try and beat him first. Alright. What I don't want to happen is for his invis to wear off. There we go. GG's. And yeah, that was it for this video. I'm sorry if this video was like really quick and like, I don't know, seemed like rushed and stuff, because it kind of was, because I was already making a video. It took forever. But yeah, I'm just gonna upload this because I think I'm super cool, and goodbye.